Can you turn the music up?
She got that rhythm and flow. Rhythm and flow. Let me hear that rhythm and flow. Radio show. The time has come for me to turn up. The time has come for you to run up. She got that radio, get the burn up. That inspirational, hit your stun up. She got that international cheer. Peace and love with care. Cover all that's there. Total love affair. Cover the game from the top to the news, celebrity drama, political trauma, the season of sports from basketball courts in the nation. Donation, give us support whenever you go, wherever you listen. Knowing how you do it, she always glisten. I'm telling you, we gotta get it right. So tune in, baby, right now tonight. Let me get that rhythm and flow. Rhythm and flow, gotta get that rhythm and flow. Rhythm and flow, she got that rhythm and flow. Rhythm and flow, let me hear that rhythm and flow.
IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Radio station. Hey, it's a beautiful day in Chicago. I mean, it is one gorgeous day outside. And do you know that May 15th of this year, B.B. King, the legendary B.B. King, has been deceased for 3 years.
I heard about that.
Yeah, so he just had it was the anniversary of I call it the anniversary of his death because I'm a good friend of his daughter, Shirley King. Okay, I didn't get that off my chest. I wanted to get that off my chest because I may forget, and I don't have my string tied around my finger today. But back to what I was saying, I want to welcome you to the house that Earl built, the #1 internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, an iHeart radio station with over 70 shows, 70 to 150 hosts and co-hosts, streaming 24/7 on your smart device with internet access. And I want to thank Teen John Hill for my intro song, Rhythm and Flow, radio show. And he's also singing it. I want to thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I want you to know that I am big and beautiful. I am fat and fabulous. I am plump and pretty. I'm getting curvy and I've always been cute. But most important, I'm confident. I am the big sister of Rhythm Flow Radio, your host, Katie Lowe. And we have an in-studio guest. Sitting to my immediate right is none other than...
Hello, everybody. This is Benjamin Scott. I am the host of Sneaker Jams and also the American Beetle.
All right. Listen, there's so much stuff that's trending on Facebook. But before we get there, I have a song that I want to play for you by Corey McDonald. And the name of the song is What You Own. And when we come back, you'll find out what we're on. We'll be back in a moment. I hear it. Oh.
Oh my God, why you asking questions? Texting, flexing like you date me. Selling me your fantasy that you care about, maybe you and me. You move a little fast, calling and saying mission thing. You hit me in my eyes, you mention me on my Twitter. Till I see you post a pic by the aisle. With the side, you can hug girl with a smile. Saying things like, babe, ooh, what you on for the day? Yeah, I'm on my way. Ooh, for the night, can I stay? Asking all these questions, texting, flexing like you date me. Selling me your fantasy that you care about, maybe you and me. Oh, don't you be frontin' about it. Shawty, just show you about it. Hit me up later on. Yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah, I know you act like you busy. So for me when you ready. Playing hard to get what you own. Don't wanna complicate it. Say, hey girl. Check it out, look. But she always trying to kick it. Speaking of, already sent me a DM saying, hey, what's up? Then she telling me how I don't ever show her love and trying to get up on my mind like a FIFA cup. The way you in the way I'm seeing you show me fiction till you see me on the snap of the gram when I'm taking pictures saying who that on the side with you. Like a leg you on a trip, yo, that's mine. Side dissing like life goes, what they post when they see I'm winning, liking all my pics to the bottom, but really goaltending. Got every day feeling like a 10-chun on a mission to get at me like a man-chun,
Saying things like, babe, ooh, what you on for the day? Yeah, I'm on my way. Ooh, for the night, can I stay? Asking all these questions, texting, flexing like you date me. Selling me a fantasy that you care about, maybe you and me. Oh, don't you be frontin' about it. Shawty, just show you about it. Hit me up later on. Yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah, I know you act like you busy, but for me when you ready, playing hard to get what you on. Don't wanna complicate it. Say, hey girl.
Look, what's more pathetic? Fake love without genetics. Why you continue to tell me stories, I never get it. All while you think we stressing for affection, but sliding your number out like a debit. I don't even need it, need it, but I know you sneaking. I don't need me dreaming. Know your game, yeah, I been out it. I done been that way. Freeze play, my mind repeating about the other day. Trying to play like I don't see you like last night. So you need space to plan it out and going out and wilding out. Let it get the dirt like I was striking out. Showing me this what the side life is all about. No way.
Saying things like, babe, ooh, what you on for the day? Yeah, I'm on my way. Ooh, for the night, can I stay? Asking all these questions, texting, flexing like you date me. Selling me a fantasy that you care about, maybe you and me. Oh, don't you be frontin' about it. Shawty, just show you about it. Hit me up later on. Yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah, I know you act like you busy, but for me when you ready, playing hard to get what you on. Don't wanna complicate it. Say, hey girl.
Shawty be hitting me up. She say she be falling in love, but I see you been giving it up all day, knowing she don't be giving up for. Shawty be hitting me up. She say she been falling in love. I see you been giving it up all day.
All right, I want to welcome you back to the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com. This is Rhythm Flow Radio with the big girl of internet radio, your host, Katie Lowe. Today's show is brought to you by Oval Cleaning. Oval Cleaning, Inc., professional cleaning service, commercial and residential. Carpet, windows, floors, and more. Office and post-construction. Call my friends Mike at 708-528-6825. That crazy guy named Steve at 708-800-9089. Oval Cleaning for all your cleaning needs. Call those guys and they will give you a free estimate and the work is guaranteed. Okay, we're back to the show. And before we get into the meat of the show, and I want to tell you that it's an honor every time that I sit next to Benjamin Scott, because he is an autism ambassador and he has made so many compliments in his lifetime. And I want to say a belated happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Because he just turned half of 100. We just really turned, what, 30?
Yes, 30 years old.
He just turned 30. He had a birthday. And we're going to talk about being, is it artistic? Is that the word, should I say?
Yes.
And all of the accomplishments that he's made. And we're also going to talk about the fear. You know, that fear that's out there. And we'll let you know that Benjamin has no fear. But right now, we want to talk about some of the things that are trending on Facebook. And there are some things that's trending. One thing we all know that's trending is a royal wedding.
Oh, yes. I heard about Harry and an actress named, I don't know what.
Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle. I'm very happy for them. And I'm sure that in the future, they're going to have great kids, you know. Royalty does come in the family, you know. I know Diana will be very proud of them.
Oh, yes. Well, you know what? It just goes to show you that, I mean, I know that when I was born, my ancestors came from a royal family. I haven't been able to prove it yet, but I know that deep down in my soul they did. And Meghan Markle, I mean, I wish her nothing but the best. And this affection of love that Harry has for her
Sure does.
shows that color doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You know, the love. I mean, it doesn't matter who you love. I mean, you can't control who you fall in love with.
That's true.
Only thing I can say, honey, is don't fall in love with the devil. I'm gonna leave that alone. And then there's some other things that are trending on Facebook. I tell you, the more that comes out of 45's mouth, the worse this man gets. He made a statement about immigrants, and he called these people animals. And, you know, when I heard it, and I don't care, you know what, if you're a Republican, I mean, be down with your party. But if you're a Republican, be down with yourself. Be down with what's right. And if you think Donald Trump is right about making a statement, I'm here to tell you that you are so wrong. You are so wrong. And I say this because what if the American Indians thought the same way about Christopher Columbus and his band of thieves when they came to America? They were thieves, they were rapists, they were robbers, and they were murderers. Okay? And that is the worst kind of gang that you can have. But you want to call these the people that are immigrants. And this country is built, the foundation is built on a nation of immigrants. Some came here by choice, but there were a lot of us came here by force. And when I say by force, you know what I'm talking about. That shackle on the boat. So you have to watch your words when you talk about immigrants, because everybody here in the United States of America came here in some form or fashion. So when I hear that, it just really bothers me. It ticks me off. It makes me want to become bilingual and a lot of everything else, but I'm going to try not to go there today. And I read some of the comments that you put on the post. You are so right to have your beliefs and what you believe in, but believe in, as being a human being, believe in humanity. That's all I have to say about that. Another thing that's trending on Facebook is about a 24-year-old man from the Bronx who bought a scratch-off ticket.
Wow.
It was worth $5 million. And this young man wants to have his identity. He don't want to be exposed. He wants to be able to cash in his ticket and not have his name plastered all over the main media, news, social media, whether that's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all the rest of the outlets. He wants to cash in his money and be kept secret. Because in the past, we have found out that there are a lot of people who have been winners, and some of these people have turned up dead. They have been murdered. I mean, they have won lotteries, and shoot, I remember one where a case where a man, African American man, won the lottery.
Oh yeah,
he got courted by this white chick that called herself, she was his girlfriend. He ended up in a slab of concrete.
Wow.
Okay. So, I mean, you know, maybe there should be some legislation out there for these people who win these lotteries where they can keep it a secret and everybody don't have to know about it. Is there anything that you know about this trending?
This is my first time hearing about it.
And, it is? About the lottery?
Yeah, about the lottery.
Yeah.
It's very crazy.
Well, I mean, there was another lady who didn't want, she didn't want her identity out there. Another thing that's trending out there is Ask Jada Live, which is the Red Table Talk Show, which is an internet talk show with Jada Pinkett Smith and her mother and her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That is out there. And I'm going to tell you, shoot, I wish my show had that many followers. She's got 1.5 million followers, but she's got a name for herself. And we at Intellectual Radio, we are in the process of making a name for ourselves. Whoopi Goldberg is also trending on Facebook. She talked about honoring the Vietnam veterans. She talked about, even though she didn't agree with why the Vietnam War was fought, she still honored the veterans. She says, whether they those men that went over there and fought, you're supposed to honor them. When you see them, have some pride and dignity because they fought for this country.
I always seriously always respect the veterans who fought for our country. They also die for our countries too.
Absolutely.
Because they protect it very well.
Absolutely. I can say that I have a first cousin. He's deceased now, but I have a brother who retired from the U.S. Navy, and I have another brother who was in the Navy, who spent 40 years of service working for the Department of Veterans Affairs as a IT man, ITIS, information systems man for the government. I always tell him he wasn't nothing but a coder. He told me don't use that word, but he spent 40 years. He retired. I have some other relatives. My niece, who is a nurse practitioner, who came out of the military as a captain, Captain Gayla Yvette Lannon. So I come from a strong background of military families, but I just tell you, it just wasn't for me. But I want everybody to learn to respect these men of all wars, but especially the brothers and sisters who went to Vietnam, because a lot of those brothers and sisters, you got to understand, that was during the baby booming phase. And a lot of those people today are coming of age. They're becoming 65, 68, 69, and 70. So please respect them. We're going to play one more song, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to get into, just one second, we're going to get into the meat of the show, and we're going to talk to my friend sitting to my immediate right, Benjamin Scott. We're going to talk about sneaker jams. We're going to talk about having autism. We're going to talk about all these great things that he does, and I'm going to throw this out there so I can make you stay tuned. Benjamin is in a stage play. Dorothy Dandridge, did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay, he's in a stage play, and we're going to talk about how you got that part. I want you to enjoy the music by my girl, Tony Red. It's called Angel Baby.
We'll be right back.
See your face, hear your voice, feel your body next to mine. The way that you love me, baby, takes me to another time. Why did you take me to the skies just to drop me on the ground? You are an angel in my eyes. I cannot now, so angel baby, don't go too far. Angel baby, stay here with me. Angel baby, don't go too far. Take good care of this one. I'm wishing that I'll see you once again. I know that I must be crazy, wanting you like this again. If there's heaven here on earth, it's next to you, and time only lets me know the word of loving you. So, angel baby, don't go too far. Angel baby, stay here with me. Angel baby, don't go too far. Take good care of this love.
know the word of loving you so. Angel baby, don't go too far. Angel baby, stay with me. Angel baby, don't go too far. Angel baby, stay with me. Stay with me, angel, my baby. Stay with me, angel, baby. Stay with me. Stay here with me. Stay here with me. Angel, baby, won't you stay here with me? Baby, stay here. Stay here.
IntellectualRadio.com and iHeartRadio station. Remember, if your show is the J Spot, Joe Jakin, Making Waves with Darcy, Drive at 5, He Said, She Said, a Rhythm Flow Radio, they are everywhere, accessible anywhere at any time. You can always check on your favorite show at www.intellectualradio.com, wherever you are, at home or even on the other side of the world. All right, Benjamin, Mr. Autism Ambassador. I haven't seen you in a while, so tell me what's been going on besides your birthday.
Well, I'm glad you asked. I've been busy with the taping of season 2 of Sneaker Jams, which is coming out on June the 3rd, which is on a Monday. The first episode will be aired. And I'm also in a play for the Dorothy Dandridge stage play.
Okay, you know what I want to ask you?
Okay.
When I hear the word, usually I really don't know anybody that I can say outside of you. And I've interviewed you several times, and we've talked on the phone, and I know you are good at sending text messages. I really haven't. I don't know anybody that I can say I have truly dealt with that has autism, except you. I mean, because I have that relationship with you now. My thing is, I've always wondered, is there a fear? Like you catch the bus, you catch the train, you're all over the city of Chicago. I've been to events and you were there. Is there any fear that when you have to go somewhere, and you travel alone, is there a fear out there that I'm going to get lost?
Well, I want to say I have no fear because I love to travel outside the city of Chicago. It's beautiful. It's great. I can take the bus. I can take an Uber. I can take the train. I can take anywhere where I go. Any events that's coming up, I'll be there. And I just like to have fun.
How do you, I guess, how do you get that? Okay, I guess, how do you get that independency? How do you become feel independent like that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, because I don't have autism, but I guess, I've always thought that there would be a fear that I would I would be scared to go somewhere alone. Kind of follow me?
Yeah, I'm following you.
Okay. So how do you overcome that fear to say, well, I can just go out here and I can just boom. I can overcome. Well, I guess you can say you just can overcome. I answered the question myself. Oh, wow.
Well, I guess I want to say is that it took me lots of confidence, and I had the Lord Almighty with me. My mom gave me a good confidence. My friends gave me good confidence,
Mhm.
to go outside independently. Because I showed everybody and I told everybody that we can make a difference because we can all be independent every day. I did say it. And I love going out there, being independent. You know, I'm just doing it for everyone who has a disability like myself.
Okay, what was the first time? Tell me about the first time, if you can remember, the first time you rode the bus by yourself. That you decided that I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna get on this bus and I'm gonna go where I want to go.
This was back in 2006. It was my first time riding the bus all by myself. And while my mom was still around, God bless her soul, when she taught me how to ride the bus by myself. And when I went to some places that I'd never been to before,
Mhm.
it was great. I mean, I felt like it was my first time going there. I was a teenager and I was not around with that.
Okay, well, when you were going, okay, say like when you were going to, probably
Okay.
when you went to elementary school, you walked.
Right.
Close home. Okay, so when it was time for you to go like junior high school and high school,
hmm
and maybe did you have to ride the bus on those intervals?
When I was in high school, I did ride the bus. And for the first time, I rode it all by myself when I was living near South Shore Drive.
hmm
And when I went to South Shore High School, it was great. It was absolutely great. I mean, I don't have to walk all the way to school. I can ride the bus there and get back home safely.
Okay, were you worried about being bullied?
In high school, I was a little bit worried about being bullied, but I learned that it's nothing wrong to have some help around. I had my teachers that helped me out.
Okay, but did you have that fear? I mean, I probably was bullied when I was in school, but I guess I've always had this mouth on me, and I've never been afraid to say anything, knowing it before I come up in the station because I'm bilingual.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess I'm wondering because I know I've had that fear when I was growing up. I was a chubby girl. They call me fat or stuff. Well, I always had my cute little sayings that I could come back with. But
Mhm.
I'm asking you, did they pick at you? Did the students pick at you when you were in school? Because when did you learn that you had autism? Maybe that's what I'm trying to find.
Well, how do I put this? When I was in elementary school and my mom put me at this school, my dad vowed not for me not to go there. It was called Jenner School, and my mom told me it was the only school that she had to put me in, and my dad was against it.
Okay.
So I had to go to that school. And yes, I was being picked. I was picked on. I was bullied. I always get beaten up by some kids. And I was not liking it. I was crying, and I had to tell my mom about it. And I had to stay at home because I was worried about being attacked again. My education was also important too, because I was worried that something would happen to me. Because when I see the news, people get hurt out there and stuff. I was worried about me getting myself hurt. So, I had to take precaution, to make sure nothing is happening to me.
hmm So how did you deal with being bullied and picked on was it at Jenner School?
It was back in Jenner School,
Okay.
like back in the
And
90s.
and make it to the point that you are at today. Because at this point you seem like to be a young man, a 30-year-old young man, nice looking young man with autism. You seem to be at a very good point in your life.
That's true. That is absolutely true because I have been going through a lot for 30 years now, from a from a little boy, was being picked on to where I'm at now at 30 years old,
Mhm.
discovering my talents that my dad gave me. And it really worked. It really, really worked. I faced criticism. I survived. I'm on top of my game.
All right then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we talked about you also are musically inclined. You play
I play guitar. I
and you
sing.
sing.
I also play the drums. I play the tambourine. I play the recorder. What can I say?
Do you play keyboards, piano? No,
A
just
little bit.
guitar.
A little
Really?
bit.
You know what? The next time you come on the show, I'm gonna have a keyboard sitting right here. So you brush up. We're gonna let you. I am. I'm serious. I'm gonna bring a keyboard. I'm gonna have it sit right here at the table, so you can play us a song.
I can try my best. You know, I
Okay.
never tried the keyboard before. I practiced a little bit, but I'm getting there.
Okay.
I also play the clarinet.
You play the clarinet?
Yes.
Okay. Where did you get your musical talent from?
My dad, James Scott. I also been listening to a lot of music, a little bit of jazz, R&B, pop, rock, hip hop, and sometimes heavy metal.
Okay, and then you also have a modeling career.
Yes, I do. I've been modeling for 2 years now, going on 3 in August. And of course, I'm going to be in a fashion show in July.
Okay, and you have a very good, talented photographer that take pictures and post them for you. Because I've seen quite a few of them. They're very, very nice.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I
Okay.
have lots of help from everybody, who are great. I mean, absolutely great photographers. And it really helped me to get my modeling career up to the next level.
Okay. All right. Another thing I want to ask you, I want to get out the way right quick before we come back, and then we're gonna get on to how you started sneaker jams and why. But I don't want you to think that I'm just keep talking about this, but the reason I want to know, how did you become so independent? There may be some young person out there with autism that has never rode a bus by themselves in their lives. So, I mean, I just want to know, the first time you got on that bus and you dropped that change in that fare box, or you had your transit card, what did it feel like? I mean, what did you feel like? Did you have any fear at all? Or did you just tell yourself, I can do this? Or did you have someone the first time, say you went out by yourself, before then, did somebody take you and ride the bus with you and show you the route? Or is this something that you just went out there and did on your own? You know how sometimes you don't have any kids, but parents will have kids. And they'll say, well, and this doesn't have to be a child with autism. This would be just just a kid. Okay. And say that they're going to a new school, and they'll take their child to the bus stop, and they'll say, okay, look up here. This is the bus you're going to ride. Maybe it's the number 72 North Avenue bus. You're going to ride this bus, and then they'll ride the bus with them, show them where to get off, and then they'll get on another bus and they'll come back home. And they may do this 2 or 3 times so that this child can have it embedded in his mind. This is what you do when you're going to go to the school. Did you have someone to do that with you? Or, I mean, was it just one of those things, I'm going to go out and ride this bus?
When I was a teenager, my mom taught me how to ride the bus by myself.
Okay.
And when I got a little older, I learned how to ride it on my own. It was great. It was absolutely great. I had no fear at all. I was very confident. I was ready.
Okay. All right. Listen, we're going to take a break and we're going to come back. And then we're going to talk about Benjamin Scott's sneaker jam. And you say this is something that you created on your own, and it's all done with a cell phone.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. See, you know what? I guess when you have a talent, you have to tap into that talent no matter what it is. Everybody has, I guess, has a creative side. And once you tap into that creative side, I guess all kind of doors can open up. I mean, you can explore many different things. It's all about not being afraid. Okay. So we're gonna play. We're gonna come back. We're gonna play this other song. This is Still by My Girl, Tony Red. I think she's down from somewhere down there around Hot Atlanta or somewhere in that area. And the name of the song is Underneath My Skin. We'll be back in a moment. Please enjoy the music.
Don't go away.
Since you gone, I tried to let it go. Over and over again, I tell myself, no, just hold on. You'll find a new love. Round and round it goes. Your face keeps breaking through the clouds above. Through the clouds above. And I wonder who's watching over you. And I wonder who's loving you every night. I wonder if you ever think of me too when the mood is just right. Do you miss me like I'm missing you tonight? Oh, no more tears, just this longing. It's here deep inside, hidden underneath my pride. I face each day, I take a new breath, but your passion is still underneath my skin. It's underneath my skin, baby, underneath my skin. And I wonder who's watching over you. And I wonder who's loving you every night. I wonder if you ever think of me too. If the mood is just right. Do you miss me like I'm missing you tonight? If you ever think of me underneath, when the mood is right, underneath, oh, your love is not a sign, baby. Underneath, I got you underneath my skin. It's all underneath my skin, my baby. I wonder if you think of me over and over and over again. Oh, underneath my skin, baby. Each and every day I feel it you underneath my skin. When the mood is just right, do you miss me how I'm missing you tonight?
Okay, I want to welcome you back to the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, and iHeart radio station, Remember, if your favorite show is a J Spot, Joe Jacob, making waves with Miss Darcy, the drive at 5, he said, she said, a Rhythm Flow Radio. They are everywhere, accessible anywhere at any time. You can always check on your favorite show on www.intellectualradio.com, wherever you are, at home or on the other side of the world. Okay, Benjamin, let's talk about Sneaker JAMZ.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about Sneaker Jams and how did you create it?
Well, it all started last year when I was going through my closet full of some casual sneakers I've worn since I became a male model. I'd be like, maybe I could come up with a show, a YouTube series that involves sneakers, casual shoes, and fashion stories. So what I did, I laid out my sneakers, some on bed and some on the floor. I even took a picture of it, and I thought I should name the title Sneaker Jams. Instead of an S, I could put a Z on it. So I call it Sneaker Jams. And it kicked off very, very well. It took me to some new heights. I had some guests on the show, and I even do my own segments on some sneakers I do.
Okay, now, so for the audience, if someone wanted to go and find Sneaker Jams, where would this be located at?
Sneaker Jams will be on youtube.com. If you type in my name, Benjamin Scott, and type in Sneaker Jams, Jams is spelled JAMZ. And I'll say it again, Sneaker Jams. Jams is spelled JAMZ. And subscribe to it. Watch some awesome episodes. I'm currently into season 2 right now. And it's going to be aired in June because I am the host of the most. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Now how many episodes are there in each series?
In the first season of Sneaker Jams, I did about 20.
Wow. You were quite busy, weren't you?
I sure was.
So you shooting all of this with a phone?
Yep. And I posted on YouTube.
Okay. Now, what is? I guess I want to know what is Sneaker Jam? I want to know what it's about. What's the story behind Sneaker Jams?
Well, Sneaker Jams is about casual sneakers, casual shoes, and fashion stories. You know, every time when I do a segment on Sneaker Jams, I usually, show them one of my pairs of sneakers, show them the texture and how they made it. And I usually tell my stories on the sneakers I worn back in my days. And it's very awesome. It's very, very awesome. Okay. And I had a great time.
So now, Sneaker Jam, since it's not talking about a brand of sneakers, it's just talking about sneakers in period, right?
That's right.
So Sneaker Jams can be any kind of sneakers, right? In
any
your
kind
segment,
of
it can be Adidas, it can be Air Jordans, it can be
Nike Dunks.
Okay, all right. So it's about all different kinds of sneakers.
That's right, all kinds of sneakers.
Okay, so how many pair of sneakers do you propose? I mean, how many pair of sneakers do you have?
Well, last time I have about 43 pairs of sneakers. I believe I went up to like 45, 46 pair.
Wow. I guess sneakers is a very trending thing now because let me tell you, do you know that they're wearing, I mean, this is something I just could believe. They have red bottom sneakers.
Red bottom sneakers.
Listen, I think they call those shoes. I can't afford them and I barely can pronounce the name. I think they call them Louis Vuitton or something like that. They're red bottom shoes that the women wear. And the shoes are very, very expensive. Now, I don't know if this is a joke, but I'm going to tell you, I seen the sneakers with the red bottom. I don't know if they painted them red, but they claimed that they bought them that way and that they were very expensive. They have high heel sneakers. I mean, sneakers now, they come in. I mean, they make a fashion statement. I heard people wearing them to the prom.
Yeah, I mean, with casual sneakers, you could dress them up, you could dress them down. Me, I could always rock a suit. I could take out any kind of pair of casual sneakers, either Jordans or Adidas or Air Force Ones, whatever pair I wear, I can rock them, either dressed up or dressed down.
So I mean, I was at a listen. I'm not gonna call this man's name, but I know that this man is some kind of Earl Winfrey. He gave his wife a 50th birthday party with a sit-down dinner in a banquet hall out on Harlem. And I was invited. And I was just really glad to be there. He had on a nice white suit. I mean, very nice white suit. He had a cap on. He had on a real nice white baseball cap. And he had on a pair of white sneakers.
What kind were they?
You know what? I didn't even look to see, but I looked at it, and I'm not talking about no man that's in his 20s. I'm talking about a brother that's probably in his 50s. And he looked real nice. Looked real nice. And then he's the type of guy that he likes to he's a people person. He has a personality. He likes to laugh. He likes to party. He likes to have fun. But he's also a family person because his daughter and his son, they got up and they spoke very well about him. But because, you were talking about the sneakers, he had on his nice white suit, his sneakers and his hat. But the killing part of the party was his wife's 50th birthday.
Okay.
He presented Sister Girl. I mean, he made everybody leave the room. Girl, they had a siren go off in their room, and you would have thought that it was on a fire drill. He presented his girl with a 2018 Mercedes-Benz 2-seated roadster.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
And this man is wearing Jew shoes and a baseball cap.
I bet you he was wearing the Air Force Ones.
I don't know, but you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to send him a text message later tonight and I'll find out. So the next time we get together for a talk about sneaker jams, I'm going to know.
Oh, I'd love to hear that.
So, when you were talking about these sneakers, I guess they do. Men rock sneakers with any and everything.
That's true. That's absolutely true. You see, I used to wear dress shoes every time when I go out and stuff. I decided I need to change up my style a little bit, change up my shoe style and change up my, the suits I've been wearing. So what I did, my staff, my friends told me I need to upgrade my look. So I did. I went shopping for some casual sneakers, and the only pair of sneakers I had in my closet were a pair of the Jordan 11s. No, not the Jordan 11s. Like the Jordan Flight shoes. They were all black. They were casual. And, I rock them every time. I usually put on a pair of jeans, put on my corduroy tan suit jacket, white shirt, and that's how my sneaker journey began. I was playing the sneaker game. So I bought every pair of sneakers, some online, some at stores.
A nice investment in sneakers. So you know what? What I've learned from you today is the next time that I see a young man with a suit on and sneakers, I should look up to him instead of saying, now he know his mama could have put him some shoes on. I should look up to him because it's a fashion statement.
It sure is.
You see how far behind I am? I've learned something today.
Yep. Because remember, folks, casual sneakers are the best in the fashion industry. And today, I'm wearing my casual sneakers. I'm wearing my Jordan shoes. And before my 30th birthday, It was on a Saturday. I went sneaker shopping and I bought me some Jordan Flight 3s. They look like the Jordan 3 retros, but they put a little mix in it, and I rocked them very, very well. My birthday was awesome, and I had a great time.
So what did you do on your birthday? A man turning 30. What did you do?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Because you're
I'm
going to tell me
glad
right
you
over this.
asked. I'm glad you asked. On my birthday, I went to rehearsal like always because I was getting ready for the play in June, and of course after the rehearsal, I went out shopping for some new sneakers, bought them, and then I did a little something what a grown man can do, but I can't tell you on the I can't tell you on air, folks.
You probably shouldn't have brought that up because you know
I
I'm
can't
nosy.
tell you that. Can't tell you that. That's my private matter.
Okay,
You know.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, but on my birthday, I went out to Hooters, enjoyed my birthday celebration.
Wait a minute. Did you say you went to Hooters?
Yeah, I went to Hooters.
Is that where they wear the little short shorts?
Yes,
Oh.
yes. I was having a great time,
I know you were.
and of course, I was doing the chicken dance every time when they do a birthday.
The chicken dance.
Yep, and I know how to do the funky chicken.
Oh, the funky chicken. I was going to say, okay. He said the chicken dance. It kind of threw me off.
But I know how to do the funky chicken.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So, Benjamin, is there anything that we didn't cover? Is there anything that you want to share that I didn't cover with you?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Throughout April, it was Autism Awareness Month, and I just did 3 events for autism awareness. And I went out there, I showed everybody that it doesn't matter if you have autism or any kind of disability, because we are human beings and we are proud of what we did. And I just did a speech to everybody out there about autism awareness. In fact, I was at the Miss Bikini competition last March.
All right now.
And I broke that barrier for the first time. Everybody heard my speech. I had to do about a 5-minute speech, because I know they were in a rush, to get everything started, get everything out of the way. I did that speech. They loved it. They absolutely love it. And I even did a speech again. Well, way before I did the Miss Bikini autism awareness speech, I also did a speech at this year's Chicago Oscars. Everybody loved the speech. I broke through that barrier for the first time, and they loved it. They absolutely love it. And I was happy. I was crying in tears. I thank the Lord Almighty for giving me this strength. And I broke through every barrier throughout my modeling career. It really worked. It really, really worked. So I just want to tell everybody that you can make a difference, because we can all be independent every day. That's why I am the Autism Ambassador.
Okay, you know what? We're talking about that. How did you get that title? How did you get a title of becoming an autism ambassador? I know there are different organizations, but to have that role as an ambassador for autism, and to be able to get out there and speak and talk about your life. Okay. How did you get that role?
I got this role back in 2015, and I was being invited to the Autism Speaks event. It was for AS2YP. Shout out to them. It means Autism Speak to Young Professionals, and I was invited to speak about being independent in the community. Everybody listened. I was given a standing ovation. They loved it. They absolutely love it. And that's how my journey began as an autism ambassador. and I've been spreading the word to everybody about autism awareness. And I have been wearing blue, for Autism Awareness Month. You know, when I had everything blue. I had a blue outfit, blue suit. I even have some blue sneakers.
All right now.
And currently, last winter, I just got me a new pair of the Autism Awareness blue Nike Dunks, and they're very at this time it's now traditional. So every time Autism Awareness Month come around, I'm going to take them out along with my blue AJKOs. It means Air Jordan knockouts.
Wait a minute. What are they called?
AJKOs.
AJKOs.
Those are my Air Jordans, and they're all. It means Air Jordan knockouts.
Okay, I got you.
They're royal blue, and I still wear them to this day. I wore them when I was invited by Trista Grace. Shout out to Tristan. Hi, Trista. And it was amazing. I had a great time. I had my autism awareness pen. I was prepared. I was ready. I knew that April of this year would turn out great for me because I've been out to every Autism Awareness Month events, and it's very the worst kid. How could I say it? It was a blessing.
Okay.
It was very.
You're
blessing.
overwhelmed, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Benjamin, I tell you, it's a pleasure every time I talk to you, and I tell you that we have sat and talked, and I probably interviewed you at least 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
I always like to keep up with you and find out what you are doing, because doing shows like this, a lot of times it is helpful.
Oh yeah.
To someone else.
Mm-hmm.
My girl, I hope you're listening to this show today. My girl, Simia Moore. I truly hope that you listen to the show, and I hope that you can walk away with something today. I want to remind you that you have been listening to Intellectual Radio with our in-studio guest, Autism Awareness Ambassador, Benjamin Scott. Not only is he an ambassador, he's an actor, he's a model. He is, I guess we can call him the producer of a YouTube segment called Sneaker Jams. Musicians, singer, part of the Midnight Rain band.
Yes.
Benjamin has made a lot of accomplishments, and I want to tell you that we are so proud of you. I want to remind you once again, this is Intellectual Radio. We stream 24/7. And I want you to remember that if your show is J-Spot, Joe Jacob, making waves to Miss Darcy, the driver 5, he said, she said, a Rhythm Flow Radio. They are everywhere, accessible anywhere at any time. You can always check on your show you can always check on your favorite show on www.intellectualradio.com, wherever you are, at home or on the other side of the world. I always like to leave you with something positive, and today I do, because Benjamin has given me nothing but something positive to say. I want to tell you that self-love, self-respect, and self-worth, they all start with self. Remember, it's not what you think you are that holds you back. It's what you think you are not. Think about yourself and enjoy the rest of the week. And remember, confidence will make you happy than any diet you will ever eat you healthy.
I forgot to tell you one more thing before we go off the air. Please come out to the Dorothy Thatcher stage play on June 22nd, 23rd, 24th at 1012 North Noble. I will be acting. I will be singing as Ray Childs and the waiter and one of the singers by the Flamingos. And also check me out on Sneaker Jams at youtube.com. Remember, find me under Benjamin Scott, Sneaker JAMZ Jams. Remember that. Peace and love. Thank y'all so much for having me here. And thank you, Katie Holmes.
Oh,
It's been a
girl. Oh,
blessing.
Benjamin.
I
You
mean,
know,
Low. Katie Low.
Benjamin. Benjamin, you know that we will be back sitting right here at this table again because, like I say, it's always great to sit and talk to you about your accomplishments. You know what? I want to tell you that we at Intellectual Radio iHeart, we are proud of you.
Thank you so much. And thank you guys for on Facebook, everywhere in the world. Remember, you can make a difference because we can all be independent every day. God bless. Thank you. Stay positive.
Okay, I'm gonna play the song. This is gonna take us out. This is my girlfriend, my crazy girlfriend, but I love her with all my heart. As Shirley King would say, I'm leaving you for good this time.
Thank you. Thank you guys. On Facebook, everywhere. Remember, you can make a difference. We can all be independent. God bless. Thank you.
I want to play the song. My girl.
I don't know how I got too confused. I always thought you were